Monday, January 16, was just day 2 for Ukrainian soldiers at the U.S. military's new training program, but the message was coming loud and clear. These are urgent times. And the lessons they will get in the next 5 weeks on weapons, armored vehicles and more sophisticated combat techniques are critical as they prepare to defend their country against the Russian invasion. This is not a run-of-the-mill rotation, U.S. Army General Mark Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said on Monday afternoon as he met with commanders. This is one of those moments in time where if you want to make a difference, this is it. Mr. Milley, who visited the sprawling Grafenwoehr training area to get his first look at the new so-called combined arms instruction, has said it will better prepare Ukrainian troops to launch an offensive or counter any surge in Russian attacks. He spent a bit less than 2 hours at Camp Kherson, a section of the base named after a city in Ukraine where Ukrainian troops scored a key victory against Russia last year. More than 600 Ukrainian troops began the expanded training program at the camp just a day before Mr. Milley arrived. For the first time since the war began nearly a year ago, reporters were given broad access to watch various portions of the training. The reporters were allowed to follow Mr. Milley and watch his interactions with Ukrainian and the U.S. troops and commanders, but were not allowed to report specific conversations with the Ukraine forces or take any photos or video. The restrictions reflect ongoing U.S. concerns about escalating Russian anger over the West's involvement in the war or triggering a wider conflict. The U.S. has conducted training at Grafenwoehr for years, including for Allied forces in Europe. But limited instruction for Ukrainian forces began last year, shortly after the Russian invasion. At the time it was focused specifically on various weapons systems that were being supplied by the U.S., such as the howitzer. Last month, the Pentagon announced it would expand the training in an effort to hone the skills of the Ukrainian forces. The 5-week course will teach them to effectively move and coordinate their company and battalion-size units in battle, using combined artillery, armor and ground forces. It will include classroom instruction and field work that will begin with small squads and gradually grow to involve larger units. It will culminate with a more complex combat exercise bringing an entire battalion and a headquarters unit together. The training at Grafenwoehr is being done by the 7th Army Training Command. Speaking to 2 reporters traveling with him to Europe on Sunday, Mr. Milley said the complex training, combined with an array of new weapons, artillery, tanks and other vehicles heading to Ukraine, will be key to helping the country's forces take back territory that has been captured by Russia in the nearly 11-month-old war.